About 2 years ago, I made my first challenge video, and it was, what's the smoothest coaster you can make in an hour? And with the coming release of Planet Coaster 2, it's kind of got me thinking, let's do it again. Let's see if we can beat what I tried to do 2 years ago with one of the last times I can properly play Planet Coaster, and give the game a little bit of a send-off with a couple more videos, I reckon, which we can see if we can push the game to its limits just one more time. Now, back in that one, I had basically an hour to build a coaster. Didn't include supports, didn't include any of that. But I feel like I went for a bit of a cop-out by making a launch coaster. So this time, I'm going to attempt to do a lift hill. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something, but basically we're going to jump in and just give it one more go for old time's sake. So, back in Planet Coaster now, hopping into the challenge, let's see what we can do with an hour. So first things first, let me get the timer. I'm pretty sure I remember last time we built a Gerstlauer of some kind, but this time I want to go for a lift hill just to kind of see what we can possibly do in that time, and that might turn out to be a mistake, or it might turn out to be slightly more interesting. So anyway, let's get the timer started. 1 hour starting from now. Right. Again, I haven't thought about this much, so let's have a gander of what we've got to choose from. Vekoma and arrows seem to be a bit of a cop-out again because you can make them rough. That's a launch coaster, so I can't do that. Anything B&M seems a little bit, maybe not, just because of the implication you've really got to make them smooth, but then again, a B&M could be a good challenge. Let's go for... oh god, I really haven't thought this through, have I? Let's go for a Mack, one of the little Mack coasters. You know, I think they're called like, what's it called? Alpina Blitz or something. Right, let's go with this. So first things first, they start with a pretty steep lift hill. I am pretty sure it's like a straight out the station sort of lift hill job. A pretty decent angle of maybe like 40 degrees. Nice, decent little bit there. They're only about 100 feet tall, I'm pretty sure. They're like mega light height, aren't they? So, let's make our one a tiny bit taller, though. Right, as I did last time, I'm going to stick with 3 meter. 3 meter is actually quite a good strategy. So if I, first of all, go to 18 feet, or about 19 feet to start building the actual drop, it means we can get a better radius for it. Alright, shaping is important. Let's have it go to the left because all the ones that exist go to the right, and that's boring. Then they do that like flat corner, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it doesn't even go to the ground. What am I doing? It needs to go to the ground. I have made it slightly elevated. I don't really know why. Let's put that down. In order to make this work, the best thing I'm going to do is just basically stop building, and then we'll test it afterwards, and then we'll try and smooth it as absolutely fast as we can. So, nice tight corner there, at like this sort of angle. To speed up the building process as well, I'm going to delete this so we get better performance. This is going to be like the modern take on Alpina Blitz and things like that. That is horrendous shaping. Like, I care about shaping vaguely. Not as much as I think if I was building like a normal coaster, but not too bad. We've only used 4 minutes and we've got a first drop already. This is pretty good. I might do a stall actually. You know what? I'm gonna do a Hyperion style stall. I think, as I always do in my challenge videos, the commentary is not going to be brilliant. Not that you know, obviously you watch these videos for the commentary. Somebody just pinged me on Discord. That's rather annoying. Yeah, as I was saying, not that you watch these videos for the commentary, but I am going to apologise anyway, because obviously they're not going to be the absolute best you've ever seen. I'm thinking a low to the ground S-bend sort of hill here, just to try and get some airtime. So like a, you know, like this sort of vibe here. So pretty straight. Hops over. That's really aggressive for the speed it's going to be going at. That's not great. We've used 7 minutes and we've got actually a pretty decent layout going so far. Ideally, if we can have the layout finished by half past, if we can have the layout finished by halfway in, we've got loads of time then to smooth it, which would be good. And in fairness, if we're using big pieces, it should be alright to smooth. Yeah, you'd be fine. You'd probably grey out here, but that's okay. We can live with that. You really shouldn't sustain 4 Gs for that long, but you know what? It's an intense coast. One thing I've also got to do is definitely raise that, because that is very aggressive. That should hopefully, what that has done is try to raise it a little bit. Every time I try and do a challenge, it's always, oh, I'll build a launch coaster, or I'll build this, that, and the other. I'll build, you know, whatever. Because it gets a bit dull. And in Planet Coaster 2, yes, we will be doing challenge videos again. But I want to, again, try and build some more coaster styles that are actually slightly more interesting. I think I'm going to do a turnaround here. I'm trying to piece together the layout. So yeah, I think what it'll do is it'll then go back on itself, airtime, low roll, corner, and maybe the brakes, and then it'll run around. It'll be a short layout, but it should be okay. I'm going to do it like a weird double up thing. I don't even know what this is anymore. It's the weirdest thing known to mankind. You know what? It's definitely a thing. It's definitely a ride. Whether or not it's a good one, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Actually, this thing's got more to give. This thing has got more to give. I think it's time to. I think we make the layout longer. Right, before I get too carried away, I'm gonna build the brake run now. I'm gonna build the brake run now, and then that way I haven't got to think about it. So like now, I'm gonna dive it through some kind of weird. I don't like how close that's getting to the thing there. I think I'm gonna do a dive loop. I think, or like some kind of weird little dive thing. I mean, it looks cool. You know what? This looks cool. I like this. We've still got 40 minutes left, and that's okay. That's fine. It's going to have an ending a bit like Condor, I guess. Right, let me just quickly delete that so I can build the ending. Yeah, there you go. Layout, done. Bam. Right, we have 35 minutes to smooth it. Let's immediately test the speed first before anything else and see what the hell we are dealing with. Okay, so the speed through there is fine. Speed through our funky element is also really actually quite good. Not too crazy. Nice bit of intense turnaround there. 4 Gs, little pop of airtime. Through the end section there. And a good pop into the brakes. You know what? That's all pretty good. And then knock it down to, I think, 7 miles an hour. Brakes slow it down to about 7. These brakes should be about 8. 8 again. Quickly, block section, 2 trains, 45 seconds. All good. Alright, first things first, let's get this thing smooth. The benefit, I guess, of the previous time we did this, we built a smaller coaster, so obviously it meant that we could, build smaller pieces, so we didn't have to like change it, we could just turn it straight into that. It should be a little bit easier to smooth because it's already a big piece. So now you can go away. We've got just over halfway left. We're at 26 minutes. As I've said, the waffling is probably not very good. It's basically just been me talking and yapping. But I think this time, instead of cutting, I'm going to do like time-lapse footage so you can kind of see what I'm trying to do rather than just like skipping ahead and stuff. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's go with that. And we can save this a little bit more by just spamming the entire roll. And then now, if we connect this, and then we just do a quick pass this way. I've spent way too much time on this stall. I spent like 3 minutes on it and I did not need to be doing that. You might think it's a heinous crime to be using pieces this big, but when you've got 20 minutes left to smooth, you have to commit some crimes, I'm afraid. I don't want to say anything, but that's not bad. That's actually fine. Like, that's beyond fine, even. That's almost good. The roll, obviously, is a little bit lumpy, but that's kind of what you get for using big pieces. Like, if I do this, right? Like, I could do that, and then it looks okay. I mean, most of it is obviously going to be heartline. The radius is not great, but that's okay. I literally have 16 minutes left. Good God, we've got to speed up a little bit. Obviously, that is actually meant to be an outer bank, which, you know, again, doesn't look amazing. It just doesn't look great. Proper nice overbank for some good outer lateral airtime. Alright, the most important thing is now that I smooth that, or at least get it vaguely smooth. Straighten that, and then that is the entrance. Yep. Now let's get everything that I just made so far. Smooth that once, and then now we can do a pass. And because that's smaller pieces, I'm going to do it backwards one more time until we get to the corner. Right, what's it like now? That's like not bad. it's not great, but it's not actually that bad. You know what? No, that's actually fine. I'm actually very happy with that. I think I can call that done. So I'm going to, first of all, get the colour scheme down. How about a nice icon style colour scheme with dark grey supports? Is that too boring? Yes, that's too boring. How about yellow? We like yellow. Could go for like an orange. Like a deep bronze colour. Is that brown or is that bronze? That's... I think bronze is a little bit more like that colour. And then... silver supports. I like that. That's actually nice. And then the trains we should make white. That's official. There's no supports on the stall. Sorry, guys. Oh my god, there's no supports anywhere. I'm gonna have to make some supports, like, really quickly. Okay, fine. Put supports on the rest of the coaster, and I'm gonna have to make some supports, because, good lord, we've got problems. Alright, this actually looks okay as far as the coaster goes. It's actually a pretty long layout too, so let's get it testing and very quickly make some Mac supports, because we really need to make some Mac supports. Mac. Sure, we'll use the old style ones, go on. We have 3 minutes to make some Mac supports. Not great. I'll use 50s for these. Why are you angled? Why on earth are you angled? That is not what I want you to be at all. These are the worst supports I've ever seen. I am so sorry to everybody I've offended. I've made a B&M invert support for a Mac coaster because that's all I can do at this moment. That is horrendous. I'm so sorry. This is not the content you subscribe for. I will lose followers for that one. That is not good. I'm gonna be so lazy. I'm gonna attempt to see if this works. Oh, where is it? Where is it? I didn't even place it. It's gone. It's literally it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Right, well, with 10 seconds left, we are finished. Once I reattach that 1 point. And there it is. Okay, it's playing a funky tune. And there we have it, guys. Honestly, I'm really happy with it, to be honest. That was definitely tougher than last time because of the ambitious scale I decided to go for instead of a little tiny launch coaster. We've actually got a decent length mega coaster, like a Mac style mega coaster here, so I'm genuinely really pleased with it. It's definitely not my best work, but I think for an hour it's a pretty interesting layout. Like, it's actually got a decent mix of airtime, inversions and positives, possibly one of the most intense turnarounds this side of I-305, but honestly, yeah, I'm really happy with this. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching this, maybe one of the last challenge videos of Planet Coaster 2, and Planet Coaster, and as I said, I really wanted to do it just because, thinking about the upcoming release of the sequel, it'd be nice to get some final throwbacks to some of the challenges that we attempted back when I would say I really started with the challenge videos, and I really appreciate the support you guys have given me on this series that we've been doing for a long time. All the way back since 2022, and I appreciate you guys. Oh no, there's some supports missing down here. that's fine. And I really appreciate you guys and the support you've given me over the years with Planet Coaster, and I thought, you know what, let's give it one more go. And to be honest, I'm much happier with this result than I think I was with the one back 2 years ago. Maybe not in smoothness, but I think in overall layout and presentation, this is just way more interesting, if I'm completely honest. So I will leave you guys with a full POV. I might just use the Intamin Giga trains just because they look a little bit better. And maybe a couple of off-ride shots of the coaster, but that's all for me now. Thank you very much for watching this challenge video, guys. If you enjoyed it, stay tuned for some more content coming up, whether or not it's Planet Coaster 2 or the first game we decide to do anymore, who knows. But thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for some more content coming up, whether or not it's Planet Coaster 2 or the first game we decide to do anymore, who knows. But thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, and I will see you all next time.